Hello developers, welcome to day 6 of our 15 days object-oriented programming series. In this video, we'll try to understand the first object-oriented programming feature, that is inheritance. So what is an inheritance? So by definition, inheritance is a feature of inheriting properties from one class to other class. What do you mean by that? Let us take an example. Suppose in e-commerce applications, we'll see thousands of products like laptops, cameras, mobiles, clothes, etc. For every product, there are some common properties like ID, name, description, price, quantity, availability, etc. And methods like display product info, set product price, check availability, etc. But there will be few properties which will be common for a specific product. Example, you take laptop. For laptop, you have properties like brand, RAM, processor, storage in size, screen size, etc. And some methods like check brand warranty, display service history, etc. But how do you design these systems? So I don't need to write the common properties in each and every class, right? That is called as code duplication. So we use inheritance for defining these kind of systems. What we do here, we take the base class, the root class called product, where we keep all common properties and common methods. So using this product as a base class, we create some other classes. Example, for product, we create laptop, camera, mobile. So now laptop is having its own property. Camera will have its own properties. And mobile will have its own property. Now laptop can access the properties of product. Now camera also can access the properties of product. And mobile also can access the properties of product without redeclaring them in their classes. This is called inheritance. Inheritance is a feature of creating new classes based on existing classes, so that the newly created classes can access all the properties from the base class. Now the base class is also called as superclass or parent class. The derived class is also called as subclass and child class. So we use these different terminology like parent child, super sub, and base and derived. So we use extends keyword for creating a class from a base class. Now let us understand this programmatically, like how we create inheritance in our systems. Hey, thanks for watching our content so far. If you are new to Training Mark, we're the fastest growing technology training company and create content to help freshers like you to master the disruptive technologies like full stack development, AML, cloud, DevOps, etc. If you like the content so far, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon not to miss any new content from us. Like and share this video with all your friends. Let's build your career and the community together. Now, this is what is our product class, where I have properties like ID, name, price, quantity. And I have few methods like display product details, calculate final price, etc. Now, I want to create some classes based on the product class to access these properties without re-declaring them. That's where we use inheritance. Now to create an inheritance, now creating a new Java class and call this as laptop. Now by default, this extends from product. Now what do you mean by that? We are creating a derived class from a base class called product, so that this derived class can access all the properties of product without re-declaring them. Now, this can also have its own properties like string brand, string processor, int RAM size, int hard disk storage capacity, etc. So you can add your own properties, what is appropriate based on your business requirements. Now it can also have its own methods. Apart from accessing the methods from product class, you also can define your own methods. Example, now I'm saying public boolean check brand availability. Now here we can write our own code, our business logic, and then return either boolean true or false. Now here I'm just defining true or true here. Now similarly, I can have public void display service history. Okay, maybe I can pass the product ID here. Now based on the product ID, now display the code or business logic to display service history of a product, right? So now here this is just a base method. So like that, you can create different kinds of classes. Suppose if I want to have my own mobile class extending from product, so now I can do extends product. Now mobile can have its own property like integer, camera in pixel, in number of cameras, string operating system. I can say cellular type, whether it is 4G, 5G, etc. Now it can have its own methods like record video feature, or maybe how to record based on the mobile. Etc. So like this, you can create n number of subclasses. Now let us see how this laptop class can inherit all the properties from the product. So to demonstrate that, now what I do, I'm now creating a new Java class. Call this as inheritance test. Now inside this, now I'm creating my main method. Now if I create a product object, example product is equal to new product, and let me take some help from the main to have a argument constructor. So now I'm just creating a product. So this product I'm just copy pasting here to create one product. Okay, so now I created a product. So I can access all the properties of product, right? So now I'll say product dot display product details or product dot calculate final price. So this is how you access within the same class. But now what we are saying, now the laptop being a subclass, it can access all the properties from its product class, right? So now how we can do that is, now let me create a laptop class. Let me create a laptop object. So I'll call this as laptop is equal to new laptop. But if you can look at that, in my laptop class, I don't have any constructor like argument constructor or a no argument constructor. So by default, it provides a default constructor. Now what this default constructor will do is, it initializes all the properties here, right? So now let me try accessing the properties of sout laptop dot, right? So the moment I press enter, you can see here, it can access ID, brand, name, price, everything. So some of them from the same class, but some of them from the superclass. If you can look at the product, now the product is having ID, but laptop does not have an ID. So, but being a subclass, it can access all the properties. So that is what is an inheritance. So when I select ID and then when I run this, it by default gives me, it is now giving me an ID of 4 ones. So why? Because, so now if you can look at your product class, a product class is having a no argument constructor where we are initializing ID to 4 ones. So now even if I can comment out these two, okay, even I don't want to create a product object, I just created only a laptop object. Now we'll see what actually happens. So when I run this, now you see product is invoked, the no argument constructor of product is called, and the values are initialized to this. So that's the reason when you're accessing ID, so you're getting the ID as 4 ones. How it is possible is, by default, the laptop constructor, example now here I'm providing the laptop no argument constructor. Okay, now I'm calling this out. Laptop constructor is called. I'll save this. Now let me rerun this code to see what happens. Now, even though I'm calling my laptop constructor, it is internally calling the product constructor only first, then it is calling the laptop constructor. So how it is possible is, by default in Java, the derived class constructor calls the superclass constructor by default by using this supercall. So this supercall is used to call the superclass constructor, because of which the no argument constructor of this is called and ID values are initialized. Now I will try to access the methods as well. Now if I say laptop dot now display product details, now this by default is going to call the superclass display product details and print all the properties of the laptop. So this way the inheritance can help you to put all common properties of the derived classes in base class property and invoke them through the derived class object, which promotes code reusability. If you like this video, hit a like and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video with all your friends. Let's build a great developer community all together. See you in the next videos.